Folks, thank you for clicking on the video. If you're a regular here, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome to Week to Week. This is the video series, the weekly video series, where we take you behind the scenes of what it takes to run our small attachment business. If you've watched any of these before, you'll know the script, but if you're new here, my name's William, and along with my fiancée Laura and my brother Andrew, we run the Attachment Company. The Attachment Company is a small business with two locations, one here in central Scotland and another in Denver, Colorado. We sell hydraulic and mechanical attachments primarily for excavators, wheel loaders and skid steers. That's the official introduction done. Sorry if you've heard it before. And before we go on with what's on today's plan, I'm going to say this once and once only, because it is already the 8th of January, and by the time you're watching this, it'll be at least the middle of January. But regardless, Happy New Year, folks. Hope you all had a great holiday. I know by the time you're watching this, it'll be a distant memory, but I hope you had a good Christmas, a nice New Year, and you're ready and fresh to take on 2024. Before I go on much further, let me show you around what we're doing this morning. Again, if you're new here, this is our very, very full warehouse in Carstairs, Scotland. I'm just up here this morning. It is about 10 AM. I've been in the office for a couple of hours this morning already, just trying to escape the cold. It is bitterly cold this morning, but I'm up here. I started this order Friday past, never quite get it finished, so just going to finish packing this up this morning, get that out today, and then we'll get back in the office. As I say, it is the 8th of January. This is the first official full week back to work for 2024. I was out last week for a few days packing up and getting some orders out, an auger package, an excavator mounted hedge trimmer and a G-rake. They went out last week. This is an order that we didn't quite get finished getting out on Friday, so let me quickly show you around it. This is another auger and log splitter package. It's an auger torque 4500 max drive unit with a double pin cradle hitch for the customer's 3-ton Hyundai mini digger. This is the cradle hitch with the attached lock strap. Along with this, 450mm S4 tungsten auger and a 250mm log splitter cone. That's all that's going out this morning. It's pretty much ready to go. I'm going to finish strapping it to the pallet, wrapping it up, getting it out. Before we go any further, folks, if you have any questions on anything we do here, please leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you would like to know, and I'll do my best to answer it in upcoming episodes. I have eventually caved and put a hat on because, as I say, it is bitterly cold outside this morning. With that being said, I mentioned at the start there, we've got a location in Denver, Colorado. That's run by my brother Andrew. He may well be laughing at this because it's cold for us here, but comparatively to where he'll be just now, it'll not be cold at all. But for me, it's freezing, so I've got a hat on this morning. Just while I'm packing this up, that is one of our plans for this year. Try and get a bit more footage and a bit more content from what's going on in Denver, so I can include them in here. So we'll do our best to try and increase that as much as possible throughout this year. That's done, ready to go. Whip that outside for palletways to collect it this morning. I have some inquiries for I don't know if you can see it, there's one up there, tree shears and for flails that I want to film some reply videos to this morning. So I'm going to get this outside, going to somehow rejig some things around in this warehouse so I can get the relevant attachments down off the shelf, film some videos before I can go and get back in the office and get heated up again, hopefully. That's the morning orders done, just that one going out today. That's a sneak peek at a new attachment for 2024. I'll show you around that a bit later on in this video. It is nearly lunchtime and I'm going to go and grab my lunch en route to the next place, because I need to go to my local welders slash blacksmith slash machine shop with this pin. This is an 80mm bucket pin. You can see I've marked it there and we've nearly rubbed the mark off, but there as well. That pin is for a big auger setup that we were working on the tail end of last year, and I should be able to show you in some more detail either by the end of this week or the start of next. So stay tuned to the end of this video. I will be able to at least show you part of it by the end of this week. I should be able to show you all of it by the end of next week. But in the meantime, I'm going to go take this pin over. I'll show you when I get it back what they were doing with it. Trust me, it'll all make sense. Thought this might happen this week, folks. Not a whole lot going on in the warehouse to actually show you in terms of orders going out. It is what it is. It's the first full week back. What we might do is run this week into next and have another double episode. But we'll see what happens come the tail end of this week. But I am in the warehouse again this morning. As you can see, got a couple of small orders to pack up, some wear parts and some bits and pieces to get out on UPS today. Also, I need to go to a local customer with an auger, so I'll get that. In fact, there's one sitting up there, a 300mm tungsten auger, so I'll show you that. I'll stick that in the Jeep, I'll get away with that. Not a whole lot going on to show you. Yesterday was in the office for the majority of the day, had a meeting, or a regular Tuesday USA meeting. For anybody that's new here, we have a USA division of our company. That's based in Denver, Colorado, and it's run by my brother Andrew. Every Tuesday we just get on a meeting, talk through plans and what's on and what we've come up against, and that was kind of first big one of the year, so some exciting things coming out of that as well that hopefully I can show you. He got a couple of new items in. I'll put some pictures in here. A couple of snow blades for skid steers and a big sweeper brush, which are some new things for us to try. As I said, we're in Denver, so having a couple of snow blades, a couple of snow plows in for the winter, we figured was maybe a good idea. Other than that, that's pretty much the headlines so far this week. I'll go and get these couple of orders done here this morning, put that auger in the Jeep. I'll get that to the customer this afternoon. Got a meeting again this morning with our manufacturing partner for our Attach Works brand, the factory in India that I was in September past. I'll link that YouTube video up here. Got a meeting with them just to talk through some things for the year coming as well. So yeah, popped up here just now. Going to get this order ready, or these couple of orders ready fairly quickly. Then we'll get on with the day from there. Morning, Friday morning. I thought this might happen. This week's been a bit of a disaster as far as content production has went. I'm not even sure where we left off last. I was in the office all day yesterday, which means Wednesday. Oh, delivered the 300mm auger. I think I showed you. Delivered it Wednesday afternoon. Spent all day in the office yesterday, hence the lack of content for you to see. If I can find a way to make office content exciting and worth showing you, then I'll do it. But at the moment, trust me, it's fairly boring viewing. If some of the stuff comes off that we've talked about, it'll be great. But as I say, for actual viewing at the moment, a little bit boring. But we're back in the warehouse this morning. Got a customer coming in for some big PA auger cradle parts. So a linkage block, and there's a linkage block and a set of ears there. One of these. I'll stick a diagram and a picture in here. In fact, I'll put the picture in 2 episodes ago. We dispatched a 42,000 max, a big PA drive unit for a customer. I'll put the picture in here, but you can see where those gold linkage blocks fit in the whole solution. So that's a local customer coming in for them, so that's good. That's why we're up early this morning. Cymex road planer. I don't think I showed you that on here, but Tuesday when we were up, bit of a long story, but that was a planer that was a display unit for this year. Then it went out, it's meant to be on a demo to a customer. They never ended up using it, so then it came back here just before Christmas. So took some pictures and stuff of that on Tuesday, Wednesday. Got it online, got an order for it yesterday, so we've a bracket to make for that. We'll get to that at the start of next week. So that's good. These G-rakes are still in the road here. I need to move them. I need to move things in here in general till we get some space. But yeah, all in all, fairly busy start to the year, albeit slack on the content front for you. So what we'll do is roll this week into next week, make this a double episode. In the meantime, I'm going to go get these parts out ready for this customer turning up to pick them up. Then I'll maybe do a bit of tidying up in here and I'll catch up with you then. Right, still in the warehouse, customer's been to pick those parts up, that was good. One quick order to get out this morning as well. It is one of these, one of our log splitting cones. This is a 250mm diameter with a round adapter. I've just finished bolting that up. I'm going to pack that up just now. We'll hopefully can cut in a couple of videos here of the log splitter cones working. If you're new here, you haven't seen them before. They attach to all of, or we've got options for them to attach to all of our auger torque drives. Just turns your drive unit into a little bit of a different tool. So we'll cut some footage in here of that. I'm going to finish packing that up, and then a bunch more office stuff to do this morning. In fact, I've got hitch brackets to look out. A couple of orders came in. Got brackets to look out. I'll do that first, then back to the office work for this afternoon. Alright, it's Friday afternoon. It's 5:30 p.m. This week has went as well as I thought it would as far as creating content for this weekly series has went. So what we'll definitely do is run this week into next. We have a couple of things to get ready tomorrow. I'll show you that, of course. I'll also show you around that big auger drive I spoke about at the start of the week for the horizontal driven. So there's some good things in the work for next week. Just not a whole lot that's very interesting to show you this week. But hopefully behind the scenes some things that I've maybe picked up and should present some good opportunities for the coming year. So yeah, that's where we're at. That's us out here for Friday. Morning, it's Monday morning, just on the way back up to the warehouse. As you can see, it is very much woolly hat weather here in central Scotland. It's absolutely freezing. This week has started off on the content front just as chaotic as last week, but promise we'll get better, we'll get back into the swing of it. Had a customer in this morning, picked up a little 1200 auger package. I missed filming any of it. I'll try and put a picture in here, show you what it is. If you've watched any of these episodes before, you'll have seen us packing them up. That was for his little Bobcat E10. What is on the plans now? Got a small order to get out, half an order, a cradle hitch and an auger to meet up with a drive unit that's getting sent directly to the customer. So I'm going to go get that out just now. Then we need to go to the welders this afternoon, get a bracket made for a planer. I'll show you that later on, and amongst a dozen other things we need to get done this morning, but that's the headlines, so I'll try my best to show you as much as possible. And here's to a cold start to the week, but lovely nonetheless. So yeah, here's to the week, second full week of the year. Let's go. That's that order away. It was a 300mm hard rock auger, the one with the rotating pick teeth. I think I've shown them on here before. And a double pin cradle hitch for a Takeuchi TB230. That's going on an auger torque 3500 max drive unit. That's going direct from Cheltenham because we don't have any in stock here at the moment. That's been picked up, bit of a rush on there, but that's been picked up. Next on the plan, I need to send one of these. What is that, you say? That's a 75mm square male output shaft. Don't quite have one here to show you. It's the sort of square output shaft that's on our S5 drive units. There's one stuck in a hub here. I could show you if I could split the two of them, but it's a square output shaft from the big S5, S6 drive units. I need to send that to our manufacturing factory in India. They're going to use it for test fitting some bits and pieces for us. So I'm going to pack it up just now. UPS will pick that up. Then I think we'll go to the welders and get the bracket made for this. I'll show you around it a bit more when it's ready to go, but little Cymex planer that we took an order for last week, so I need to go and get the bracket made for that. And then, you never know, I might be able to fit some lunch in there at some point. Monday afternoon, just on the way out for the welders there, dropped some parts off there for the hitch bracket for that planer I mentioned this morning. We should get that back, if not this week, the start of next week. Customer is good with that. I'll let him know that it'll be next week before he receives it anyway, so all good on that front. Got a couple of inquiries to get back to when we get back. and then that'll be us for Monday really. So yeah, drop that off, get back to the office here, get in there for a couple of hours, and we'll see if anything interesting comes up for that. Tuesday morning, we just heading back up, we're just heading up to the warehouse here. We've got a delivery just came in. Been to Hydroquip this morning, picked up the hoses for a big order that is due to dispatch this week. I'll show you that shortly. Oh, I'm out of breath. But first, let's put these hoses in the warehouse and then go and get this truck unloaded and see what we've got delivered. I wasn't expecting that in this morning. I knew these were coming at some point. It was those two big timber crates. I knew they were coming at some point, I just didn't know they were coming this morning. That is an order of tree shears. They're coming here, they're getting repacked with some other stuff, and they'll be going to our US company in Denver. What is in them, you ask? I can show you. It's almost like I prepared this earlier. Some of these. That's an OMF BI 300 tree shear. There's 200 and 300mm versions in that stock order. This one specifically is for a 14 tonner. That's pretty cool to see. Glad I can show you one out as well. I'll try and cut some footage in here of some of these working. That's pretty cool. I have no idea where on earth we're putting them in here, but we can worry about that in a minute. This big crate in front of me, or behind me here even, is the thing I was away getting hoses for this morning. So I'm going to fit the hoses to this and then I'll show you around what it is we're looking at. While I'm waiting on a little bit of clarification on fitting the case drain hose on this, let me quickly run you through what we're looking at. This is an Augertalk 42,000 max drive unit. We've done big PA size drive units on this channel before in previous weeks. What we haven't done is one with this sort of setup. I'll put a picture in here of one we done before Christmas with a sort of standard cradle for pre-drilling. That's for pre-drilling for sheet piles. This one, but with this cradle assembly, is for horizontal drilling. So you can see the way the pins are set up there. I'll give you a closer look round it in a second. But the idea is the excavator can pick it up from about where your camera is, or about from where you're looking at me through the camera, and then can drill horizontally out from the excavator. We discussed the design of this on the channel 5 or 6 episodes ago maybe. You can see the drawing, we drew it up in 3D and done renders of it to send to the customer before we made it, but it's pretty cool to see it here, to be honest. As I say, I'll give you a closer look round about it in a minute. It's fitted with a double pickup to use on a 14 ton excavator and a 20 ton, so it's got 80mm pins and 65mm pins to let it use between the two machines. I'm about to fit the hoses up to it, and then this will pretty much be ready to go. There is a big set of horizontal drilling augers from NUB coming for it as well. They're not quite here yet, they're coming in from Germany. So I'm going to finish getting this ready, send this down to the customer, and then the augers to follow. I'd love to get to site to see this working. I don't know if I'll manage it, but hopefully we can get some pictures for future week-to-week episodes, and I'll put them in, not in here, but I'll put them in the future episodes. So thanks to Dan, if you're watching, for your custom on this. It's much appreciated, and I look forward to seeing it getting out and working. I quite enjoy things like this, something a bit different, gets your mind going, gets you thinking on solutions. So yeah, pretty cool to see. I'm going to crack on, put the hoses on this, and then I'll show you around it in a bit more detail. Tuesday afternoon with the customer in this morning after I got done showing you that big auger drive. in to pick a couple of things up, so that was good. That took up some time this morning. That's ready to go, hoses are on, couplers are on, ready to leave. I'll leave here tomorrow, waiting on an update for the big augers to go with it. As I say, I'll show you them when they're ready. Other than that, been in the office for a couple of hours, done some quotes, chased up some things. Hopefully some stuff comes off near the end of the week. On the plan at the moment now, I have a hitch bracket to make for a Bobcat E10. Our usual welder is off today, so guess what that means. Looks like I'm welding again. Nothing too major, just a little hitch bracket for an E10. I'll show you around that here in a minute once I get the parts looked out. And we've got a couple of orders to go to the post office first before that, so I'm going to crack on, pack up those small wear part orders. In fact, bear with, it is an order for 3 of these S5 auger, S4 even, auger pilots. The sort of auger packages you see us packing up every day, every weekend here. Most of the augers are this size, so it's just some replacement pilots. I'll get them, I'll pack them up, we'll get them at the postie, then we'll come back and weld up this bracket. Tuesday evening, was on a quick meeting there with Andrew, discussing some designs for a mulcher foot. Mulcher should be here the next day or two, so I'll explain fully later when we start building it. Was on the usual Tuesday meeting with Andrew and the USA team, going over some stuff that I will fill you in on in future episodes, I hope. Other than that, what have you been doing? Making birthday cards?
I'm currently making a birthday card. What have I been doing today? Sorting out stuff for Scott Plant. So I've got flags and advertising sort of under control. It's not organised, but under control.
That's actually a good point, because we really need to sort of concrete plan for that. So we'll maybe do making cards, the real important stuff. We'll maybe do a bit more detailed on what our plans are for that, because that will be here before we know it. But otherwise, that is us for Tuesday. Is it absolutely freezing this morning? Yes. Have I been hiding in the office for a couple of hours this morning to try and let it heat up? Yes, but can no longer escape it. Some orders to go out. The double pin hitch I welded up last night. I'm going to go put some paint on it this morning, get it ready to go. UPS will pick it up today. I need to quickly finish off that big auger drive I was showing you yesterday. It's more or less ready to go, just package it up and it can go today as well. And then I think that'll be it for warehouse related stuff. Then I can get back into a nice warm office. It's a lovely day, it's a lovely morning. It's just bitterly cold. But it's not raining. Everything's nice and hard. Sun's out, so I'll shut up from complaining here for a minute and let's actually get some work done. As usual, completely stacked out in here, but it is what it is. We improvise, we overcome. So yeah, I'm going to go get this little hitch bracket done. I'll show you that in a minute when it's ready to go. Get some paint on it, let it dry. In the meantime, once it's dry, I can get this big one done. Then, as I say, I can show you the little hitch as well. One other quick thing I want to show you on this horizontal drilling setup that I was fitting the hoses onto yesterday is the fact that it's fitted with this double pickup. So that's an 80mm pin in the back and an 80mm pin currently in the front to suit a 20-ton excavator. Or it can be used on a 14. Both of these pins come out. That pin goes back in, and then this dumbbell pin goes in the front. So that's 80mm on the outside and 65mm in the centre. we do these periodically from time to time. It just allows a bit more versatility, allows the one setup to be used between two different sizes of machines that normally would pick up different size buckets. Yeah, pretty cool to see here, to go from the idea to the drawing to the design to actually physically getting here and seeing it is pretty cool. So I get held up for a little bit there. Somebody came in, held me up for an hour or so, so it is nearly midday. This is pretty much ready to go. I'm going to finish packing it up. I'm going to go get that little hitch bracket. Paint should be dry on it. And then that'll probably be us for Wednesday morning. But first, let's get these out of here. Big auger drive of 2024 done, ready to go. Let's get it out of here. Right, next on the list, sort out this little hitch bracket. I've showed you a bunch of these before. It's just a little double pin bracket for a Bobcat E10. I'm going to pack that up, get it ready for UPS. Big drive loaded and away, heading back down to the office again. I really wish I could let you in on some more of the stuff we've been working on this week, but it's a little bit premature, but I promise you as soon as I can confirm some more details I will do that. Need to get back in the office working on a skid steer planer. Again, that's one of those, I'll share some more details if we get the go ahead with it. Work on that. Need to make a decision on ordering some more auger torque attachments. The issue with the shipping in the Red Sea is really having a big effect on the time frame for freight and the price. I'll go into a bit more detail on that at the end of the week. We can maybe put a section in here about that, but that's a thing that we really need to decide what we're doing here. It's really kind of thrown a bit of a spanner in the works, but to say I'll get a bit more in depth on that at the end of the week. In the meantime, I'm going to get back in the office and I'll catch up with you in a bit. Morning, Thursday morning. It's still bitterly cold. Been in the office for a few hours this morning, just walking up to the warehouse here. We've got a delivery in from Auger Torque. It should be, I'm expecting a VM 1000 mulcher, but I'll show you that. Let's go get it unloaded, then I can show you around it. I can show you the plan for it in a bit. While I'm walking up here just now, if you are new to the channel, I live just over the back there and our warehouse is just up here, so hence how I'm able to walk from one to the other. The office at the moment is at the house and the warehouse is up here, so fairly handy in situations like this. It is 10 PM, 1 minute to 10 PM, Thursday evening. I'm in the office. I've been in here, well, all evening, other than stopping to get my dinner. Been working hard, trying to put some effort and some time and some real emphasis on the new website for Attachment Company USA. We redone the UK one about a month ago now, maybe. And we just want to do the same in the US, so really try to get pushed on, get that done so we can get it live, or the first version of it live tomorrow. Yeah, I'm quite happy with it, but I'm tired now, so I'm calling it a night. As I say, we should be we should be in a position to push the first version live tomorrow. I'll give you more details of it in the morning and give you a quick look through it and explain how we go about that sort of stuff. But other than that, I'm done for the night, I'm done for the day. It's nearly Friday. That is us for Thursday. Friday afternoon, this is going to be a brief one. Spent all morning so far in the same place you seen me last night, working on the new USA website. We're very nearly there, so I'll give you an update on that tomorrow. I just nipped up to the warehouse this afternoon just to grab a small order to take to the post office. Going to do that just now. Had a customer's VM1000 mulcher arrive this morning, so I'll get that in the warehouse tomorrow and I'll show you that as well. But just a quick update for Friday. Nothing exciting going on I can show you just now, but some really exciting things going on behind the scenes. So yeah, unless anything unforeseen comes up, that is us for Friday. Alright, Saturday midday. Let me give you a quick run around what's been happening this morning. Picked up the bracket there for the Cymex planer. I'll show you that just now. That bracket is going on that X display planer. The one that's on, it's coming off. We're fitting that one that's there. I'm just waiting on the paint drying. I had a couple of items in here. There was an X display Ecotech tree shear, which is up there. Took it down this morning, done some videos and a walk around for a customer, as well as a walk around video of a flail for another customer. Picked up that bracket, painted it, so I'm waiting on the paint drying on that. I did mean to get a mulcher ready this morning. A customer's not coming for it until Monday afternoon, so I think what we'll do is waiting this paint drying, we'll get that bracket put on the planer, get it out, then we can get the mulcher in, get it checked over, get some hoses on it, and it'll be ready to go. Otherwise, it's just been a fairly office heavy week. The USA website they've been working on is very nearly ready to go live. Just a couple of final touches to be done on that. I'll show you around that. I know I said I'll do it today, but I'll show you around that at the start of next week once we're completely finished. Otherwise, it's been a bit of a patchy first couple of weeks as far as these week-to-week vlogs have went. We should be back to somewhat relative normality come Monday, and the more details I can show you, the better. There'll be more things coming in, more things going out. A bit more on the plate that I can actually show you is a bit more interesting for you to see. So with that being said, thank you again to anybody or all of you that's made it all the way to the end of this week's video. Good to be back, good start to the year, making some progress, making some sales, some things going on. Sadly, not too much things I can share with you fully at the moment, but some exciting things hopefully set to come off for the year. Yeah. Thank you again for making it all the way to the end. If you have any questions on anything we do, anything in the business, whatever, leave me a comment. Whatever your feedback is on these weekly videos, whatever we can do better as well, whatever suggestions you have, leave me a comment, let me know. When you're down there, click subscribe as well. It does help us get these videos out to some more people and drives us on to make these better and better. And I promise in the coming weeks it will be a bit more exciting, but the whole point was to give you a look behind the scenes of what our business does and what it takes to run a business like this. In some weeks you just need to be in the office most of the week. It doesn't make for exciting viewing for you, but it is a necessary thing for the business. So yeah, thank you again. I've rambled on enough. Thank you again for making all the way to the end. Tune in for next week's video because there'll be a whole lot more exciting stuff going on, and I'll see you then. Cheers!